Gary says that the Thunder are headed to Cancun, which makes them the Tropic Thunder.
And I've never been there.
That's
Great
what
movie.
you said.
Still holds up, too.
I'm the dude pretending to be the dude.
All of the jokes.
Behind the dude. What was that other one about Jack? This is Luke Cornett getting up, blocking Isaiah Hartenstein.
Happy birthday to Jack. Josh and Laura Rutledge's 3-year-old.
There we go.
Come
Chase
on.
down block from Luke Cornett. Went to Vandy. I think it was a walk-on. Success story, Wemby.
I was so stoked. I was so proud of him, so happy. That's the definition of a winning play. It's whoever wanted it more.
The biggest play of the game might have been Luke Cornett's block.
Someone from the bench yelled, "Who that is?" LeBron James. See which one has more staying power in the record books of history.
Not for nothing. Wemby is such an awesome teammate. I want to know what that feels like one day.
Chase down block.
Always
Attacked from
his guy.
behind when you're not expecting it. I know what that feels. I know what that feels like. Wemby is headed to his first NBA Finals gear there. We're going to hear from Wemby on the significance of the moment.
We work all these hours we put in. It's for these type of emotions. Like I want that. I want to win so bad. It's like my life depends on it.
The Western Conference Finals MVP will face the Knicks in the finals. It's a rematch in the making. Ever since 1999, when they last faced off for a title, Spurs won that one in 5. Tim Duncan was the MVP back then, averaging 27 points and 14 rebounds. And that's significant because the winning team was held under 90 points. The winning team in 4 of 5 games. Game 5's final score was 78-77. Game 1 of these NBA Finals goes down Wednesday on ABC.
He wore that orange and blue for so many seasons in his NBA career. Of course, we're speaking of Quentin Richardson, who's going to be joining the program right now, as well as senior NBA writer Anthony Slater. We're going to 4-box this thing right now. Just kidding, 1 box. Hey, what's up, Anthony? You covered the Western Conference Finals. What were your observations of Victor Wembanyama, the 22-year-old third-year pro, in the immediate aftermath of Spurs winning Game 7?
I mean, honestly, I was a little surprised at how outwardly emotional he is. I've covered a ton of conference finals, and that's usually not, that looked like, let's be honest, an NBA championship level celebration from a star finally getting over the hump. As you mentioned, the NBA finals start Wednesday. He still needs to win a title. But, if you put it in context, we know how momentous that series was, right? With just 2 Goliath 60-plus win teams going at it. They dethroned the defending champs. So it was more than your normal conference finals. And then also, we just know a lot more about Victor Wembanyama and basically how he scripted his life to this point. And it was such a life goal already for him to get there. It's what he talked about post-game. And I thought one of the most interesting comments he made is he wants to have this feeling and do this 15 to 20 more times in his career. That's pretty ambitious.
All right, let's get Q Richardson involved in this thing. Q, I'm going to call for the 4 boxes.
There it is.
I got him.
There it
it's not
is.
a big deal. What's going to be the biggest key for Wemby in these first NBA Finals of his career?
Yeah, for me, it's going to definitely be him being aggressive and continuing to attack and be close to that basket and getting into the paint, because I don't want to see him. I mean, I'm not saying he can't shoot the 3, but I don't want to see him settle. Sometimes he can get comfortable with it, or if things get tough, or if he gets tired, you can settle for that 3 because he can easily make it. But I think he needs to keep his foot on the gas, keep attacking, stay close to the basket, stay attacking the basket and getting close to that paint as much as possible. And I think for him, that's going to be big returns if he could do that.
Hey, Anthony, I want to volley this over back to you. This is literally a dream matchup for one member of this San Antonio Spurs team. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, Dylan Harper, 20-year-old rookie from the Jersey area, went to Rutgers. We know that, MSG and New York City is the basketball mecca to everybody, but particularly to people from that area. And Dylan Harper talked about last night, dreaming as growing up of playing in the NBA Finals in Madison Square Garden. The 2 crazy parts of it is he'll be on the opponent, right? He's on the San Antonio Spurs. But also, this is not some quiet rookie who's on the back end of a rotation, who's just kind of getting his taste in the league. Like, he's a major player on this team despite being drafted 11 months ago. He was excellent in game 1 in the overtime win, great in game 6, and I thought he made huge plays down the stretch of game 7 last night. So Dylan Harper, basically, an NYC native, is going to play in his home building and be a major part of the Western Conference champions.
Q Rich, what kind of impact do you think Dylan Harper's going to have in this series?
Yeah, like Anthony said, man, he's not a normal rookie. This kid is big time. I mean, obviously, we all know that his dad is Ron Harper, and the great that he was in the league and everything he did. But Dylan, he's not lacking any confidence, man. This kid is not backing down from anybody or anything. He's shown that all season long, and he's ready for the moment. I'm excited to watch him seize this opportunity and to see what he's going to do with it. But make no mistake about it, he's a two-way player. He's a big guard. He's going to impact the game in a lot of different ways. And for me, he's going to be one of the X factors for the Spurs.
Had that play last night. One of his better plays was not even showing up in the box score, where he wrapped up Stephon Castle after Alex Caruso mugged him. And
Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A., the Spurs win Game 7, advancing to their first NBA Finals since 2014. What did you see from this team down the stretch?
A lot of poise, a lot of courage, big-time shots from shot makers that you wouldn't expect to operate in the Game 7, considering their youth. Wemby, big-time shots. De'Aaron Fox, a big-time shot. Shan Penny coming off the bench to give you 20 actually started. I mean, you just look at what they was doing here. He's had 20 points. He showed up and delivered. Dylan Harper showed up and delivered. It was just a collective effort. 7 players scoring in double figures for the San Antonio Spurs. They didn't sit around and play the role of spectator as Victor Wembanyama did his thing. No, they knew he would need help, and they stepped up and they delivered in the Game 7. It helped that Jalen Williams and obviously A.J. Mitchell wasn't available for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But in the end, in the Game 7 on the road, considering the youth that exists on this San Antonio Spurs team, you got to give them a boatload of credit for doing what they did tonight. They really, really looked good. They stepped up and they showed that they were made for the moment. And you got to give them their props. It was really impressive.
For the Thunder, their depth got tested, and unfortunately, they fall on the losing side of this here equation. Their chance at repeating ends in the conference finals for them. So what was different about this year's postseason run for OKC?
Well, the fact of the matter is you didn't have Jalen Williams, J-Dub, the backcourt mate of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for pretty much all of these playoffs. He really only played in about 3 games. He wasn't really, I'm talking about this entire postseason. He wasn't that effective. Shai Gilgeous shows up, he gives you 35, and he has virtually no help. Alex Caruso only hit 3 or 14 shots, and Chet Holmgren was such a no-show that they sent an APB out for him during the game. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. It was an awful no-show on his part to just attempt about a couple of shots for the game, knowing that Victor Wembanyama, a nemesis on a prep level for this man, was out there doing his thing. It is a real indictment against Chet Holmgren and the no-show that he was in tonight's game. And as a result, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Oklahoma City Thunder, rife with picks from now through 2032. I believe it's like 13 first-round picks and 16 second-round picks they have as draft capital at their disposal. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they were looking in a different direction, looking to move Chet Holmgren to get somebody that can help offensively on that front line, because Victor Wembanyama is not going anywhere for the foreseeable future. He's going to be around a long time. And if you want to capture another championship in Oklahoma City, you got to deal with that man.
I don't know if there's any amount of help that's going to save you from a brother that's 7'4", hitting crossovers and step back threes in the midst of a Game 7. So Stephen A. Perk joining us here on SportsCenter. Wemby, we run out of adjectives, bruh. Puts up 22, leads the Spurs to a win. What else can we say about the alien at this point, now that he's led this team to the finals?
I mean, Wemby is the best thing that happened to the NBA since LeBron James in 2003, real talk. And he checked all the boxes. Number one, he's box office, so he's going to put butts in the seats. He's the ultimate competitor on both ends of the floor, and what a beautiful performance.